Appreciation. No matter what I do or don't do, I am worthy of love and belonging. This is what appreciation really emphasizes. It's that enoughness, that appreciation that you are enough and that whatever you do or don't do is more than enough. It is that sense of appreciation for what is and what is not simultaneously. When you're able to unite these, when you're able to appreciate the timeline that you find yourself on right here and right now, you bloom beyond perfectionism. You come back to your feminine essence because appreciation is just that. It's surrendering into what is and what's not all at once and finding gratitude in it. Practicing gratitude is how we acknowledge, right? There's enough and that we're enough, right? That there is enough out there and we are already enough as well. Do you know what I mean? You also don't feel this urge to constantly be striving for these extraordinary moments in order to X, Y, and Z, in order to find happiness, in order to find love, in order to be wealthy. Because you are already appreciative here and now. You can be appreciative for what you already have, yet be open to create, yet be open to love, yet be open to explore. So it's not about saying that you are meant to cut yourself off from desire, because desire is a fundamental part of being human. And you want to also say, I am enough for having desire. It is beautiful that I have desire. I'm appreciative that I have desire because this desire is just a gateway for my imagination to unravel itself. It's just a gateway for me to be a vessel for creation to flow through me and for me to expand my universe. But it starts with that appreciation. The appreciation of already having before you have it. Yeah? Because then you align yourself at that frequency that allows for that to come through to you. So, what you are appreciative of, just remember that that is already in front of you right now. Practicing gratitude is really, really, really to honor what's ordinary about our lives, because at the end of the day, that's what's truly extraordinary. And I think that I came to recognize this through my world travels around the world. I also came to recognize it through then observing the different cultures that I was in and actually beginning to see that those who had less for some reason in the material sense, they seemed much more joyful, present, and in tune with themselves and nature. Whereas those who had a lot felt a little bit more disaligned. And so I began to wonder, maybe it's not about what we seemingly have or what is presented on the surface, as in the facade. Maybe it is more so about the appreciation of what you already have, right? And so, again, joy, appreciation, gratitude. It takes a certain level of being able to just step back from what you're doing. So when you're stepping back from what you're doing, you're coming into being. And this is exactly why appreciation is a form of yin energy, is a form of feminine energy, is a part of feminine essence, because you're stepping back and you're observing and you're allowing yourself to be in a state of receiving appreciation. Appreciation cannot be done, it can be received. Yeah? It's a state that you receive. And you receive it when you're allowing yourself to be vulnerable enough to receive it. When you're not necessarily being that vulnerable, right? You are then engaged in something, whereas if you just stop and receive the appreciation for what you already are, what you inherently are, what you already have. You can be appreciative without having. There's no more having that can fill you up. Go ahead and try, but it's not going to be from that place in which you can feel appreciative. It's inverted. It's like you want to be appreciative, and then the having, the doing, the this and the that can come after that. Because appreciation is vulnerable. And that is why we're afraid or resistant to feeling it. So I encourage you to, instead of squandering the appreciative moments, the joyful moments, the moments filled with gratitude, instead of squandering those by waiting for the other shoe to drop, lean in. Lean in and soften and practice gratitude for it. There is no joy. There is no joy without appreciation, without gratitude. Joy is all around you, all the time. All the time. It just takes an inner eye of gratitude and appreciation to see it, to receive it, and to let it fill you. To let it open you up to the wholeheartedness of you, the whole being that you are. So be thankful for what you have, because you'll end up having more. And if you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never, ever, ever have enough. Trust me. This is actually so crucial to Bloom Beyond Perfectionism that I cannot emphasize it enough. Ironic. So one of the first things that I encourage the high performers with perfectionism that I work with in supporting them overcome perfectionism, in creating a life and business of freedom for themselves, in contributing consciously, is gratitude, appreciation, practicing that so that it actually trains your mind, your reticular activating system, to begin observing it more and more and more and more. This is how it works. It's a magnet. This is how the subconscious works. It's a magnet. Whatever you pay attention to over and over and over again will expand. And so if you then start paying attention to what you're appreciative for, and you lean into that and you allow yourself to just feel it fully and completely, it revolutionizes everything in your life and business and relationships. Appreciation collected over time fuels resilience. It allows you to become more and more and more resilient to handle whatever comes your way. Because when you are appreciative, if something comes your way that you didn't expect, which happens all the time, right? And something comes your way that you didn't want to happen, which also can happen a few times. And if something comes your way that you didn't want to come to you, which also happens sometimes, then you have this buffer of appreciation that you can respond from. Rather than being in reactivity, you're coming from that place of calmness, that place of, I am grateful for this challenge. I'm grateful for this suffering. I'm grateful for having this experience because it allows me to grow. Do you see that this is powerful? Do you see that this is what allows you to handle the imperfections of this world? I send you so much light and love right now. Allow yourself to feel it and say thanks. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Tell yourself that you appreciate yourself for being here. Tell others around you that you're appreciative for their presence. And see what it evokes in you. And you will see that life is very simple. As above, so below. As within, so without. Bloom beyond. And you will see that appreciation is one of the greatest gifts that you have. Stay bright, brave, and balanced, and you're more than welcome to come into the Bloom Beyond tribe. Then go to bloombeyond.com/apply to apply for a free monthly cohort, and I will support you in integrating appreciation, gratitude, and seeing joy in your life and business as you grow, as you evolve. I love you. Stay bright, brave, and balanced.